You're listening to Until They Sleep, a podcast where two parents finally get to sit down and discuss all the different things that run through their heads every day because their four kids are finally asleep. Thanks for listening.
Hello and welcome back to Until They Sleep. I am your co-host, Ozzy, and I'm joined by my wife, Chantel, who is looking at me with those beautiful blinking eyes. I don't know what I did. That's kind of scary. Well, I want to say thank you for joining us yet again. And I know we've been gone for a while. We're doing the parent stuff, been busy. Kids going back to school, working on stuff, family get-togethers, working on the house. So we apologize for missing the last week. Life has been a little chaotic. You can all relate being parents. You know, kids with school and driving here and driving there, and got to fix this, and got to go to a baby shower, and got to go to a birthday party, and got to go. And then the weather, we had like supposedly a hurricane coming into town, but it never got here, or it missed us completely. So yeah, our lives have been all around. So I'm gonna give it over to my wife and see if she wants to add anything to all that.
Not really. I mean, you covered it. It's been a very chaotic week. I know we celebrated a birthday yesterday for our youngest, who will be 5 in a couple days. And all I know is we didn't eat all day until everybody left. And my dad was kind of, are you going to eat? Are you going to eat? Are you going to eat? And I don't think if he would have known you hadn't eaten, he would have told you the same thing. But you were outside the whole time barbecuing.
I barely saw your pops. I saw him when he got here, and then that was about it.
Yeah.
I think I saw him when he was leaving. I didn't get a chance to talk to him. I don't blame him. It was a freaking hot day. It'd been nice for the last couple of weeks. I mean, it was warm, but it wasn't crazy. But of course, the day we had our birthday for our baby, we got the heat warning on our phones and everything, and it was freaking hot, and I was grilling, and I felt like yeah, this is just my life.
What was the temperature yesterday? I don't even know.
115, I think.
I swear it's been that hot in a couple weeks ago. It was just as hot.
I don't know, but it sucked. It sucked.
It was a water.
It was fine though.
Yeah.
I mean, it sucked grilling.
Yes, not because you were like triple heat, right?
Yeah, I had propane and charcoal
going.
That charcoal was.
Plus,
woo.
We don't have a shade over the barbecue area, which we really need to invest in at this point.
So I moved to a section where I will be out of the way from kids touching the grill and not having a little accident. And then I also set up in that area because previously wherever else I set up, the smoke goes inside the house. I didn't want that to happen, so I set up somewhere where I thought the smoke wasn't going to go into the house, which it didn't, and away from the kids.
Yeah.
Safety first, people.
Safety first. and it's also because we've had an accident.
Yeah,
before.
But then people make jokes about like, oh, the smoke's coming over here where the kids are playing. I was like,
believe me, it's
better. I can't control
the
Mother
wind.
Nature. Yeah.
I can't control the wind, people. I can't control
and
it.
It's
one of those. Like,
it literally in the invitation said barbecue. So when you go to a barbecue, you're gonna smell.
Yeah. No.
What
I get
dad
it.
is cooking.
Well, and the other side to that is, if you don't like the smoke going your way, just move, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could also move, and you could have. I'm surprised you weren't more smart bit about it, where you'd be like, yeah, I totally told the wind that there's going to be a bunch of kids right there to please blow in their direction.
I was a little too hot.
It was too hot.
I was like, it's too much energy. I don't want to. I was like, it's a kid's birthday. I don't. I'm sure the kids here wear shit from their parents' mouths, but I was like, A couple of my buddies came, my nerd dads that have been on the podcast before. Mm-hmm. They came through, so million thanks, guys, for coming by. I know it was a long-ass drive.
Yeah, and a million thanks to, we also have some old family friends that made it out and some new friends that made it out and family in general that showed up that we don't really get to spend time with, like my cousin.
Yeah. And, you usually don't do things because I always feel like we live too far. It's like an inconvenience for people, and I don't want to hear that. Oh my goodness, you live
we
so
still
far.
hear it. We did hear it.
Yeah,
actually.
I heard it. I heard it a lot. Like, man, I can't believe you drive to work every day. But I'm like, yeah, well, do it for my kids. Like, they have a better life, they have a better schooling, and they're growing up better than I did. So
Yeah.
it's all for them. But then at the same time, I'm like, damn, city folk.
It's true because I was told a couple times or asked, I was like, "Oh, you really like it out here?" And I was asked this at night,
Oh, when it's the
when it's
best
the
view,
best view. We've got we can actually see the stars in the sky and
see
like
the
the
little
little bit
silhouette
of
of the
light
hills
of the
and
mountains
mountains.
around
Yeah.
us. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, of course I love it out here. Look at the sky. Look at the view of the mountains we've
Oh, but
got.
there's
Like,
people that are used to, city lights and,
yeah.
you know, everything being illuminated for
And the loud
them.
noises and the
Yeah.
street lights because we have no street lights
Yeah,
either.
you brought out coyotes and they were
Oh
freaking
yeah.
out,
Oh
right?
yeah. Yeah. I say, oh yeah, the coyotes walk down the street at night. We just know not to go out because they might eat
So
us.
yeah, it was a nice warm day, and so when it's hot and it's sunny, I definitely like to wear my cowboy hats. It creates way more shade. I don't have a straw hat currently. They let a little bit of wind through. I had my wool one, and
It's too
it
hot
got
for
a little
that
hot,
one.
but I still created shade. But hearing Howdy Partner a couple of times, very annoying.
They were making fun of you.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, are you mocking me right now? Are you making fun of
Probably.
me? Like,
Who was it? My family?
do you want me to punch you in
Was
the
it my
mouth right
family?
now? Like, is that I will?
Did my brothers
You,
do that
you're
to
gonna
you?
learn. You're gonna learn today.
I could totally hear my brothers telling you that.
I mean, the fact that I've worn boots all my life doesn't give it away.
They don't see. If it was my family, they've never seen you in cowboy boots and a hat.
That shows how much time I spent around them too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just about. You know what? I should ask my sister. So my sister came over too. So thanks to her, it was nice to see her and be a part of our baby's special day.
Considering she hasn't been.
She's
a part of
been.
their
Yeah,
lives
we've
for
been
a long
disconnected
time.
for about 7 years. So slowly we're communicating and working things out and she's been around. So it was nice for her to be here and talk to her for the little while that I could. I feel bad for the guest. I think you and me were kind of bouncing around quick, short conversations with people.
Yeah, well, because we're not party people. Well, I'm not a party person because I do think I get a little frazzled because I like to have conversations with people. And so I feel bad when I can't sit and talk because I feel like that other group of people are getting neglected. Like, I really
Right.
wish everybody just got along and would sit in a big circle.
And that's the thing. Usually, that's how it works. It's people that become acquainted with one another, and they're always around each other. That you can just sit there and everybody kind of shoots the shit. But we rarely ever do it, and different people than I do. So and we see things different. We do things different. We're you and me are total opposites, right? So sometimes people are like, oh, like it's your family, and usually me it's like friends and a little bit of family. So, but yeah, and then it was hot, and some people were outside, some people were inside, and
Yeah. I was surprised as many people were outside as
I was
there
surprised at so
were.
many damn kids. I
Oh,
never
yeah.
expected so many kids. So I'm sorry
I
about that.
really felt like we were not like we thought we were super prepared, right? We bought a bunch of like slides and little pools and things like that because we don't have a pool ourselves in the backyard at this point, and I don't know that I really want one, but you do. Different topic, but we thought we were set, and
Well,
we learned we were
the
not.
pools are where we live here. Knowing that it gets so hot, a pool I think will come in handy eventually. But yeah,
It's super expensive to put them
expensive,
in,
yeah.
especially
No, and maintenance
here
and everything.
Yeah,
So,
the
yeah.
maintenance is crazy.
So this is one of those pros and cons, and
But either way, we thought we were super prepared, and
I
we
tried.
thought we had plenty of things for the kids to do.
Yeah.
Granted, it still was.
I
good.
didn't think it was
Like,
enough.
I didn't think it was enough
I
either.
was
Well-
like, we need more. Like before, as I was seeing stuff, I was like, no, we're not prepared. We're not ready.
Well,
We're just
I
gonna
thought we
wing
were
it.
going to be fine. Well, and there was one thing we didn't put out, right? We had Twister, like the water Twister, and we never put that one out.
Yeah, because we
and-
didn't have time to be hosting it.
Yeah, because we
hosting
had
the
to.
kids.
Well, I figured the kids could host it themselves.
Nah.
In the end, I figured some little kids that showed up would have probably just been sitting there splashing, on it. But it was more like a
Pretty sure
splash,
maybe one kid would, or
like a
maybe a
splash
dad
pad.
eventually would have thrown themselves in there and so be like, I need to cool off.
Like you.
And that'd probably be me. Yeah. Yeah.
But it was like a little splash pad, right, for little kids.
Yeah.
But either way, we didn't put it out, and either way though, I can't believe the kids had as much fun as they did. Like literally, we got this stuff thinking more of little kids, like kids that were
Right.
under like 8,
Mm-hmm.
and I think the
We had a
big
couple
kids,
of older kids.
yeah, a couple big kids showed up, or older kids showed up, and they ended up enjoying that slide way more than the little ones. And the little ones were just all huddled. It was
On
like
those little
like those
family pool.
public pools where all
Yeah.
the people. It was just
They were just chilling, talking.
yeah, they're a bunch
was
of
cool.
little,
They
and
had-
it was all girls.
Yeah, they had a good time.
They were. I was like,
So
what?
happy. So I was glad because my little baby girl finally got to have like a a Mexican little birthday party. She had her piñata.
water
She
was
had
so
her
dirty.
yeah. At the end, yeah. Oh man, we were cleaning all that crap today, and I was like, man, there's some dirty ass kids, all this dirt and grime. But I mean, it's not like we have all grass, so I'm pretty sure some of that.
Yeah,
but
it was
yeah,
dirt.
they had a great time. It was cool. They were cooled off. Once
the
again, thanks to
adults were
everybody
all
that came
hot.
over. Yeah,
And then we had installed a misting system, and the one mister nozzle that was facing the table stopped working and got
Yeah.
clogged, and that sucked.
Too
I
much
was
calcium in
really
the
bummed
water.
out on that. I was so proud because I put up that misting system myself. I was so proud of doing that, and that one thing got
It
clogged.
just goes to show, you sometimes things happen, and like you're inside doing, getting all the food and stuff ready, and I'm outside grilling, and I thought it was funny because I went in and you're like, oh, let me know when the food's like, babe, the food's been ready for a while. I'm done grilling. I was like,
Well, because
yeah.
inside my parents were helping, chop. My dad was making a fruit salad, and my mom was warming up the food while I was running around doing different things for different people. I'd get a question for like, oh, where's this? Or can I have that? Or, how do you do this? And then at one point, most of the moms were indoor talking because one of the moms that I had invited, I met her at a park, and she's the one that I joined the co-op preschool with for our little one. So she's a homeschool mom, and she believes in homeschooling her kids and stuff like that. She's the one who, kind of helped educate me on that stuff and introduced me to other homeschool moms. So the fact that I have chosen to homeschool our youngest for kindergarten, and also my brother and his wife have chosen to homeschool their daughter for kindergarten, was, a common topic. It was a something we could all relate to and talk about. And then my cousin came in, and I didn't really get to hear the conversation because I got pulled away from that conversation to do something. But she was also talking about workbooks and all these different things. So I think she might be homeschooling her daughters as well. So, and yeah, we all have little girls that are about the same age. And so that's what the moms were doing inside, was talking about their kids and talking about homeschool and the different options that are out there and why we're doing it, And, my friend that is experienced with this, because she's done this with most of her kids, she was a great resource, for that information for these newer moms that are just starting out. So that was what was going on indoors, while I was running around trying to mingle and make sure everybody had what they needed. And, you were out there cooking. Anyways, it turned out to be fine. I'm so glad we only do this every 5 years and not on a regular.
No, and then our baby's already like, as people were leaving, it's like, okay, I'll see you next year from our next birthday party.
Like,
And
oh,
she
honey, that's
loved
not
it.
how that works.
Yeah, she loved the attention.
Well, it's also because she doesn't really have friends,
Right.
right? She doesn't really, there's no kids in our neighborhood. She's only got her cousins that she sees maybe a couple times a year. And, because she is homeschooling, she hasn't made friends, and other than from the co-op that she was in. So, she's always, I want friends. I want friends.
And it led to a lot of things because we were like, well, we live in this old house and we've been putting off stuff. So how about we start kind of getting ready, like make the house look a little bit more decent, more like us before we invite people
That
to
was
our
always what
house.
we said, is that we weren't going to have a party until we
Yeah, because
worked on the house a
yeah,
little
because we
bit.
hadn't done our what is it called, that home, the housewarming party or
Yeah, we
whatever.
didn't
They
do a
would never do
housewarming
that
party or anything
because
like
we were
that.
like, no, we need to fix some things up in here before we do any of that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we started kind of painting the walls and we started doing the flooring and ripping carpets and yeah, trying to do things. And of course, we're parents and we have busy schedules and we work also on top of that, and we're trying to do this on our free time. So usually comes on the weekends, and my wife being such a social butterfly when it comes to family also has a lot of things and family events coming up. So our niece had a birthday, and at the same time
And
there
baby
was a baby
showers
shower.
and
So I kind of wanted to go off on the baby shower conversation because we didn't get to talk about it before. And me being coming from a Mexican background, Mexican family, I was always raised that men don't go to baby showers. Like that was one of our things. And I know we had conversations and discussions about them before. Because I remember with our firstborn, you were talking about baby shower. I was like, all right, well then I'll go somewhere. I won't be around. And you're like, no, it's our firstborn boy. Like you need to be here. And I was like, no, it's a woman's thing. It's not a man's thing. Like we're not supposed to be here. But you and our friend who organized everything at the time made it kind of acceptable for the few guys that did show up.
I thought it was my sister-in-law.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fair. Sister-in-law, whatever, same thing.
Okay.
And so we went to that. But I've learned and I've talked to a lot of people, and I asked, like, do you go to baby showers? Do you go to baby showers? And this is not just recently. I've always asked about it. And a lot of them were like, no, man, that's... I noticed that anybody that comes from a Mexican family is like, no, man, that's for women. Men don't do that. And some other guys like, times are changing. And I noticed from 14, almost 15 years ago, 15 years ago to now, it has become a whole different spectrum. It has become more co-ed. It has become more men are involved in it. So I kind of did a quick little digging on it, and I kind of like how, as always, Wikipedia kind of gives you quick, rundowns. And so, yeah, they're showing that men kind of, when men do together, it's more like a bro hangout, where it's like they play video games or they hang out at a bar or a pub, or, they play video games or watch a sporting event, have some beers, some cigars, and that's it. But they used to do traditionally whenever they had the man shower, that's where the diaper thing came up. It was other men helping out their friend that knew that they were going to have kids, and diapers is, of course, the most expensive thing.
Oh, okay.
So
I
that's
didn't know
where the
that.
diaper thing came from. Like, man
from the
helping out
dads?
the dads giving out the diapers.
Okay.
But do you know where baby showers came from originally?
No, I have no idea.
Greece. No, sorry, Egypt.
Egypt.
Egypt started
Okay.
it. So it was an Egyptian tradition to celebrate the miracle of a new life about to be born into this world.
Okay.
That's what it meant. But nowadays it's just more of a party for gift giving.
Yeah.
And then
Be sure to send me that link so I can include it.
yeah, well, it's on Wiki. So the term shower is assumed to mean that expectant mother is showered with gifts. A related custom called kind of like a bridal shower.
Okay.
So it became a custom in the 19th century of presents to be inside a parasol.
Okay.
So yeah, that's kind of like the whole thing. But there was something else I read that I liked. I'm just trying to see if I can find it real quick. Like they're talking about like games that they play at baby showers.
Yeah.
Bingo
Well,
or
Let's see.
measurements of bellies.
We've had 3 baby showers because we didn't have one for our last one.
Yeah. So actually, before the baby shower was only for the firstborn.
Oh, was it?
It was only for the firstborn, and that
Okay.
was it. So it was
Because
only
everything
for
else was meant to be passed down.
Yeah, probably. And then at the same time, the baby shower had to be organized by a close female friend. It cannot be done by a family member because it's kind of like you're begging for help.
Oh, interesting.
Yes. So as it'll be kind of
I thought it'd be like begging for help if you're asking a friend.
no, it's more because it has to be a close friend.
Okay.
Like it has to be a female friend, That was the original thing
That
about
sounds
it.
so weird.
That had to be like a friend, like a good friend, and
Uh-huh.
that she would organize the baby shower and get together and do everything.
Okay.
Because it was an immediate family member, it was kind of frowned upon. It was so like you're really poor and you're asking for handouts.
So like the family's asking for handouts or you're asking for handouts?
Either or, it doesn't
Okay.
matter. It's,
Okay.
because it's your immediate family, right? But that's back then when mothers and everything were close to it, whatever.
Okay.
And the location was always.
Like
And if it was a female in the family that organized it, if there was no close friend, it had to be the maternal grandmother.
okay.
So that would have been your mom, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So your mom will have to, if there was like no female close friend, your mom has to be the organizer, and it had to be at her place.
Yeah. Okay. Which I think what did we do? No.
None of those.
No, none of those.
None of those.
Well, because like, are you done?
No, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say because like our first one was with our eldest was at our place, right? I mean, my mom and your sister were there, right? They helped, but they didn't really organize it. And then I think I had asked my sister-in-law to help organize it, but I really don't know how much of that actually happened. I still feel like I did most of it. Maybe it's just because I'm a
Maybe you're always
controlling
a control
person.
freak.
But our second one,
I don't remember that.
my stepmom,
Oh, that's right.
she did a baby. Oh, she also did a baby shower for the first one, but it was
for the first two boys.
that one was only. So my stepmom, she did do a baby shower for me, just her side of the family,
All right.
at a restaurant, and it was only females, like a dinner.
Yeah.
And I remember that.
And she was Mexican.
And she's Mexican, yes. But my side of the family, we did a baby shower at our place.
All right.
With anybody who wanted to come. Like
Right.
both
My
of
brother
our
went.
sides.
I remember my brother
Yes.
was there.
Yes, and that was it. And then for the second one, I think only my stepmom did the baby shower at a pool.
Yeah.
She did like a pool party
And it was
once
women.
again, and it was only women and
yeah.
kids.
Yeah, and I remember I was there.
It was only women and children.
That's
I
right.
don't remember another party for him.
No, that was it.
That was it,
And
right?
then for our daughter.
And then for our daughter, we
third
did
one
it at our house
at our house
again.
again.
And again, just with the whole family and friends.
Yeah.
Like extended family, extended friends. Like we had them all over for baby shower at our house. And that was it. And then we didn't do anything for our youngest because my brother was having his first baby around the same time.
Right, and you said you didn't want to take
I
away.
didn't want to take away from the specialness of having your first,
Right.
by us also having like right around the same time. You know? It's like when we've already had 3. So
So earlier, I'm sorry guys, there might be a rip on the recording. I just want to tell you, I got a T-shirt, and a brand new T-shirt, and I'm calling it my pajama T-shirt. This is part of the Star Wars club thing, and it was so itchy, and I couldn't.
the tag.
I couldn't
I
continue
didn't
recording.
even notice.
Okay, no, I heard it so clearly as I did it, but we were talking, and I didn't.
I didn't even notice.
So that's crazy. So I always thought that baby showers were supposed to be, from what I was taught, but then again, not everything I learned is the right way, or it's different, or I remember things and they stick to me and they become my way. But now I'm learning that it's not always like that. It's 50-50. So in a lot of cultures, the baby shower is not until after the baby's born.
Which makes sense to me because, I mean, there's a lot of, in some places there's high mortality for babies.
Right.
Meaning they are not born.
Yeah. And then, that's part of it, because you don't know if they're going to go full term. At the same time, they don't know
if it's a boy or girl.
A boy and a girl. So they want to get the right stuff, the size of the baby, what the mom might need at that time. Mm-hmm. So I guess in some cultures, when it was done before, it's more of for the moms, what they might need, bras.
Mm-hmm. Clothing.
Which
makes sense
babes,
when you
diapers,
say that it was frowned upon and made you
bottles.
look poor because you don't really need anything for the baby before it's born. So if you're having a shower before the baby's born, and people are giving you things that you can't buy yourself for you. You know, I could see how that was frowned upon with that idea.
So the whole baby showers for men, that's mainly British thing, the United Kingdom.
Well, remember on Lady and the Tramp? Do you remember Lady and the Tramp?
No.
When they're having the baby and they have in their house, they're having the baby shower, but the women are on one side of the house and the men are on the other one having cigars and hanging out.
I had that in my house one time. I had my dad's house one time. One of my brothers, I believe, they did like a little party at the house and the women were inside, or was it a friend of the family? I don't remember. But I remember the men being outside getting hammered, having a good time, telling jokes, having cigars. So to me, that was what a baby shower was, you know. And the guys hanging around, drinking, working on the car, telling jokes. I mean, I was getting corrupted. I remember being like 7, 8 years old, and I was like, wait, what?
That's horrible.
What are they talking about?
Horrible.
So yeah, that was the beginnings of the birds and the bees for me right there.
I don't remember any baby showers when I was growing up. I know my cousin's wife had a baby shower.
Well, see, I come from a whole long line of very horny people, and I come from a big family.
So maybe this kind of correlates with what you're talking about then, because the only baby shower I remember going to, I was a teenager. It was my cousin's wife's baby shower, and I don't think there were any men at this one. Mexican family, and
again,
there were no women. It was at a venue. It was like at a hall that they rented.
Right.
And a stripper shows up.
Yeah. I was hoping you said that. I was like,
male stripper showed up.
Mexicans, they're going to have a stripper.
And we were like, there's several teenage girls and little girls attending this thing. And I guess one of the grandmas or aunties on her side of the family requested this, and she was so mad. She came and sat with the kids. The mom to be my cousin's wife. I remember, and my cousin, or which would have been her sister-in-law, my cousin, we were like, our jaws were floored because we were like, what? And the guy wasn't even cute. Like, there was nothing sexy about this guy. He
I think I remember you telling me the story that he was like all embarrassed and all ashamed, like the walk of shame when he left.
He did the walk of shame when he left because it was only old ladies that were like, woohoo! And he, like all the young people, we were all, our backs turned to him. It was super awkward and embarrassing.
No, yeah, that's funny. Do you remember when you were pregnant with the first one, and I made the joke about, because I was like doing all this extracurricular activities, and I was getting in shape. Yeah. And then I made the joke of like, I'm gonna buy me a stork thong.
Yes,
I'm gonna baby shower. I'm gonna.
You're gonna come out like a helicopter.
Yeah.
Horrible.
I was like, you're like, I don't want people to see you like that.
No,
embarrassing. I was like,
so embarrassing.
I was like, all right, I guess I'll wait for the after party. Man.
Yeah, that sounded better. No, I think that's crazy though that these ladies thought that it would be appropriate to hire a stripper to a baby shower where children were gonna be.
You know, the funny thing about that is that I actually think, I could be wrong, but I think I remember that happening at the neighbor's house. They had a baby shower, and I think I remember as a kid, like, you know, you sneak around, you wanted to see, and I think I remember hearing about a stripper too, dressed up like a delivery man, like a postman, you know, like the delivering the baby or whatever. It was hilarious, no. Yeah, disgusting. Disgusting, ladies.
It's disgusting.
I mean, that's the reason why you ended up with that big old belly.
Baby like that in the first place. I mean, if you're gonna do like that's bridal shower status stuff, you know, like why would you do that?
Maybe it was a double. I mean, was she married when
they were married already?
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah, they were married already, so it wasn't like in any way appropriate.
So yeah, well, I guess, man, times have changed, and I guess men are allowed of baby showers now.
Do you agree or disagree with it though? I mean, you've got to be on the fence on it because you're a hypocrite if you say you don't agree because
I don't agree.
You
I
don't
don't
agree?
agree. I don't. I think a baby shower is nice to shower like the mother and the baby to be. And but I think women need to be in that moment and have that. Call it, cultural. Call it historical.
But you had
The
so
old
much
ways.
fun opening all those gifts.
I did. I was touched. It was my baby boy. My
Your
first
first
boy.
boy, yeah.
So it was nice. I mean, I didn't want to miss anything. I didn't want to miss anything. I missed a lot. With my daughter, and being a stepdad too. I missed everything, obviously. But so this was all new to me. It was fun, but I respected the fact that it was a women's thing. Like I was raised to, because women want to talk about their experiences from their pregnancies, or where they had children. You didn't have that many women that had children at that party.
None of my friends had kids at that point.
So you were like the first one. So
Yeah.
then it was a cool
I had my
experience.
cousin. My cousin was the only one.
Okay. I didn't even remember her being there. But yeah.
She was there. She cheated in one of the games.
Oh, okay. So yeah. I mean, it was cool, but at the same time, it's kind of like I just feel that it's a rite of passage between women. It's like their advice, their experiences about childbirth and what they went through, and I don't know, talking about their kids, and they might want to talk about sex life after a baby or sex life during pregnancy.
I don't like talking about that ever.
Yeah, well, it happens. So, and I just think, man, I wouldn't mind if the men are like outside, like I said, drinking, having a good time, doing their own thing, and the women are inside. That's fine. I mean, they're still under the same thing. Maybe for the opening of the gifts, everybody can be together.
Yeah.
Because all wives have husbands, so they can take their husbands.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you think it's better for them to? Do you think it's appropriate or better to have the baby shower before or after the baby's born?
I would actually say after.
Yeah,
definitely.
But
because,
we never did it that way.
Yeah, no, because ours were before, and we ran into things that we were like, I mean, it was cool because we had stuff that was already given to us, so it made it easy to
just get up and go.
Just get up and do it, like, okay, we got plenty of diapers, or, we got these clothes and we got that, or, we got a car seat.
The convenience of it. Yeah.
That was cool.
You get the car seat and the stroller and things like that. The
but,
crib.
But I think, like, with our second one, we had a freaking giant. We had a giant, and
he
all
didn't fit in his baby
all
clothes.
the newborn clothes that we got a whole bunch of newborn baby clothes, and none of it fit him. We had to stop and buy 6-month-old babies or 3-month-old baby clothes because they're so irregular. Everybody makes them different.
Yeah, I hate that.
And there were some that were like, oh yeah, this fits him. This fits our fatso. But then he stretched, and then buttons are popping everywhere because he was too long.
His clothes was so tight on him.
If he stretched, that was it. We were screwed. Those whimsies.
The onesies.
Yeah, onesies. Sorry. Most of the time we couldn't buckle the bottom.
Yes,
but
we couldn't buckle the bottom because he was so long.
Yeah, they fit him. I mean, we got the fat boy ones, but
wear them with no buckle.
Yeah. So I mean, that was that.
So that would have been a good one to do afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
so that's the thing.
It is
and then I mean, I don't know. And then you kind of like see what you need, and you can tell people like, okay, I might need this one, because there was a lot of things like we registered on the baby registry that we never used.
You don't get, and you also don't get what you registered for.
Yeah.
Well, the other side of it is, I think sometimes with the whole not doing it after the baby's born is so people don't touch him or her, because I think I heard this. I don't know if I heard this or read this about, people like, oh, let me touch the baby, let me hold the baby, let me this, and then having to pass the baby around to all these people and germs and the baby getting sick because it's so new. So I think... Yeah,
I think I read about some religions or some cultural groups that wait like the 40 days after the baby's born before they do
before
the baby
they
shower.
Introduce them to anybody.
Yeah, it's an introduction / baby shower.
Yeah.
Because they're showering the new baby with gifts and love and affection. And I think that's another thing where I think it should just be like immediate family or friends, not just a random person that you haven't spoken to in a year or two, but because they're going to be butthurt or whatever because you didn't invite them.
That's the other part of it, right? That baby shower, even birthdays, think about it.
Oh, yeah.
Any type of get together, if you don't invite somebody even if you haven't talked to them in years, you hear from somebody's like, oh, well, why didn't you invite so and so? Or I talked to so and so and they were surprised you didn't invite them.
It's funny you say that because that is always an issue, right? Like,
Yeah.
oh, well, I didn't get invited. But then you don't think about like, well, when's the last time you called them for their birthday, or when's the
Yeah.
last time you checked in on them, or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it's funny because you say that because like right before we started recording, I saw a video where it says, if you knew you had 3 days left to live, like who would you tell, or would you tell them, right? And the guy's answer is like, I wouldn't tell anyone because if they haven't cared to be around in my life and be around me any time, why would I want to spend my last 3 days with fake
them.
stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty deep if you think about it.
Well, and you've said something similar to me before,
Yeah, I'm sure.
where it's like the day I die,
Yeah, no,
I go,
I'll live by it.
There's no need to tell people
Yeah, don't
I
tell
died.
people. Yeah, don't tell them.
You said just to invite everybody to a barbecue,
Mm-hmm.
and whoever shows up are the ones that mattered.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, and you just drop it on them on the spot.
mm-hmm.
This fool died. He wanted to have
That'd be so messed up, though.
this fool died, and he wants to have a party. He doesn't want nobody crying. Maybe you can get crying when you're
That's
like really
so messed
drunk.
up, though, if you think about it. Like,
Have a good time.
I think if
and-
people show up to this barbecue or whatever, thinking like, "Yeah, let's party," and they're like, "Thank you for gathering," but
Well, you have to
you
wait
know.
for them to be a little bit drunk. Like, the music's already going. I mean, I already been.
but they're gonna
have
be
my
like, "Oh,
playlist.
so where's
He's on his
Danny?"
way. He's on his way. And he's just like, all right.
I think that'd be horrible. I think it's kind of horrible. I mean, I get why you want it,
But it would
like
be
that.
funny too because, like, okay, let's pretend.
But it's
Okay,
so
let's pretend.
horrible.
Let's do this. So you say, hey, it's a surprise party. I just want to celebrate his life and where everything. He's getting old and whatever. He's an old man now, whatever. Right. And then everybody's like, all right, yeah, cool. And they show up and they're having a party. And then you're like, hey, our son's going to go pick him up right now. It's like, so get ready, get ready. It's like, he's going to be here any minute.
So bad.
And I know who's going to do it. It's going to be the second one. He's going to show up with me and it'll probably be in an urn. And he's going to have to like a sign that says, gotcha.
Oh, no.
And then I'll be like, yay, he's dead.
No, I don't know. The more I think about it like that, I feel like it's just like a horrible idea. I'll just
Think
not
about it
tell
as
anybody.
a Viking funeral, It's always
I
like
know,
a big
but
old
if I
feast
just
and
don't
party
tell
and celebration.
anybody, then I have to tell
I
people.
want it to be a celebration of life. If you tell people I'm dead and you're having something, they're all going to show up. And I've been to funerals.
I know we've both been to funerals.
You dragged me to a funeral that I didn't even want to go to, and I was laughing and not laughing at the situation, but laughing at some of the people that
and the way they overreact.
they were like overreacting and throwing themselves on the coffin and like walking around like their worst loss in their lives when like
they
a month
treated
or
the
two
person like crap the
before
whole
that
life.
that person was talking so much shit about that person
Yeah.
and like wishing them death and everything, and now here we are a few months later and they're acting like, oh no, I can't go. How do you want me to be? Oh man, I just can't take this. Man, like, man, shut up. You were just talking shit about this guy.
Yeah, I am completely aware. I have many family members.
Yeah, I don't want
who are
that.
just
I don't.
like
I don't
that.
want. I don't want the fake people around.
Well, then maybe just don't tell anybody.
Even better.
And then one day they'll be like, "Hey, I haven't
posted
seen or
anything."
heard anything from him. I haven't seen any posts. Like, what's up with him? Is he okay? Oh yeah, he died. Like, what? When? Why did you tell me? And then there's the thing is like you tell somebody that if you tell anybody, everyone will find out.
Right. I
You
think
know?
we had a guy at work. I thought he had passed away like a year ago, and his family finally like let everybody know, and it was to celebrate his life. It was a celebration of
Yeah.
life at the beach and everything.
Oh, I remember that one.
Yeah, and I was like, I thought he had passed away a while. I was like, I'm pretty sure it's been about a year, so that's cool. And
Wow.
It took a year.
A
let
year
people know.
to let people know.
Yeah.
That is kind of crazy.
I mean, I think the immediate family probably knew,
oh yeah, of course,
Right.
of course.
but like co-workers and other people, yeah. I mean,
I don't know that I would wait a year,
why
but
not? That'd be even funnier.
oh yeah, he's been dead for a year now. That's just weird.
And now having a party.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, that's just kind of like on the anniversary of your death. Anyways, how do you go from baby showers to?
Because we were talking
They're
about
talking about the
examples about
people.
people that you invite
Yeah.
to the parties.
That you really are like, why are you
Yeah.
here?
Well, okay, yeah. So it's just with everything being so gender neutral and
Oh, what about gender neutral baby parties? Like, I get it.
they all get yellow or white.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess.
So horrible colors. I
I
mean,
know.
you know
Well,
what?
I
You
mean,
know
you might
what?
really like
Babies do to
yellow.
white, like
I know.
they have explosive dumps. You know, they're
Yes.
gonna
Well,
stain
maybe
the
that's why
back
they
of
go
it.
with yellow.
It's still gonna be because it's camouflage. Because
I
like their
guess.
first boobs are like mustard color.
Yes. Maybe. Because, like, I mean, we hear a lot of that, oh, it's gender neutral. It's gender neutral this, gender neutral that. I'm like, I get it when you don't know what the baby's going to be. But when you know the baby's going to be and you ask for gender
You
neutral
ask me for gender
colors,
neutral, I'm gonna buy them some Nerf guns or some type of gun or something. Because
I'm
it's,
just,
it's,
what
it's
do you,
gender neutral.
it's like, but it's still, it's just kind of like, why? Why are you going to go gender neutral with something
I don't think it really matters because like
when you know what the baby's going to be when it's born? Like, why are you asking for gender neutral stuff? I get it if you don't know, but when you do know, anyways,
yeah, I don't.
you've got something going on in your head and comments for that, but you're keeping it to yourself.
Yeah, I'm not good. I'm gonna go. No, it's just like, oh man, it's just this is a big rabbit hole right now.
It is a yes.
Nowadays, it's like, oh well. I can just imagine somebody saying, it's like, well, how do you know what the baby is gonna identify themselves as? Like,
Oh my gosh.
that's the shit I'm thinking. Like, come
Yeah,
on.
I read or heard like some post or something about these like scientist couples who are literally messing with their baby's DNA, like in utero, like they're making their own test tube babies,
Right.
and messing with their DNA to make mutant babies,
Yeah.
and they're super proud of what they're doing, and I'm just like,
When I hear stuff like that, I always think about Prometheus.
yeah.
That movie Prometheus and the
Yeah.
aliens that supposedly we like, the
Yeah,
idea we
but
come
on
from aliens.
Prometheus, we came from their blood mixing with water.
Yeah, but
on
what I'm
Earth.
getting at is that they never came back. Like, those people that believe in aliens and then say that they're gonna come back.
Yeah.
But in the movie tells us that they don't want to come back because we're a failed experiment because of shit like that. Like us trying to play, God and create things and alter stuff and
But
do all
we
this.
were an accident in that movie.
Yeah.
Because
Were we? Maybe that
I
was their
think-
plan, but they
no,
just didn't
because
like what we become.
I swear,
We're a failed experiment.
Maybe I'm forgetting. Maybe I'm remembering it wrong. But I thought the
The guy drinks something and he dies and to the water.
he
did it on
dies and he
purpose.
falls in the water.
Right.
I thought he got cut.
Or that too. Can't remember. But yeah, bottom line is we're a failed experiment. We're bad. What was it called? Sea monkeys.
Sea monkeys.
And then that's why they hate us and we're defective and
And they don't want anything to do with
They
us.
don't want to be here. Yeah. They just
I
forgot
mean,
about us.
they're just watching us.
No, they're not even watching us. They don't care about us.
No. According to the alien theorists, they're watching us.
Nah.
Always watching. Mike Mazowski, always watching.
Yeah. So there we go.
That's a whole different conversation.
Yeah, that's that. That's that.
I don't know. I really hate hearing about all this. Yeah, like you said, people playing God, like people playing creator. Leave the damn DNA alone.
All right.
Just, it's supposed to be a certain way. And if it was meant to evolve, it would evolve naturally, like everything else on life has evolved, right? Give it its due course, because if it's not meant to survive, it won't. I'm really passionate about that one. It's really one of those things that gets under my skin. Oh man.
No.
I love science. And I love the amazing things that science has helped humanity accomplish. But at the same time, it's super scary, some of the things people are trying to accomplish or have accomplished or are shooting for, because it's moving too fast.
All right. Yeah, it just goes everywhere.
It's moving.
But
I hate AI.
okay, well, I mean, that's my But going back to the original thing,
Okay,
sorry.
back to your sorry.
So yeah,
Baby showers.
I kind of think that I don't know. A part of me is just. I mean, I did have fun on ours, so I'd be kind of be hypocritical.
Yeah, I said you'd be a hypocrite for saying that you don't.
But that was my son, so that was different. I had to say thank you to everybody that was there.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just different. I remember it was always like in a house, and from what I remember, they had like a nice little chair, and the moms would sit there, and there was like this little arch of balloons, and like they were just literally they sat there, and people were like rubbing their feet and their belly and giving them gifts and feeding them, and I just never saw men go. We weren't allowed. I remember, they would tell me like men don't go to that unless you're gay. That's how they treated me as a kid. Like that's what the stuff that they used to say. So it's just stuck to my head. I was like, all right, well, it's not for men. Period. And nowadays it's changing, and I get it. Got to get with the times, but then at the same time, I feel like maybe that's what creates a lot of the confusion. So.
Maybe. I don't know.
Let us know, please. Like, where do you stand on this? Like I said, it's a cultural thing too. It's like I like the whole British thing about the guys having the diaper party and hanging out and watching sports events and just telling jokes and all that good stuff. So yeah, I even kind of looked up and it was like. If should men go to baby showers, and I get 50-50. I get a lot of blank stares, but then at the same time, like, who do you want there? And yeah, I get the whole what you're saying about germs, like not doing the baby showers now after the babies are born, because everybody wants to touch them. I mean, we were big on like, don't put your hands on the baby's face.
Please
like,
don't touch the baby's face. Don't touch his head. Don't touch his face.
Yeah, because everybody's just like.
Pinching cheeks and rubbing their soft baby fur on their head.
They're grabbing stuff and eating and, wiping their asses.
I know, but think about it. What germaphobes are we? Because like in other cultures, like from day one, here's the baby type of thing, right? But
yeah, I mean,
but some of those countries also have really high mortality because, they don't take care of the babies. They don't protect the babies from the germs. It's all, it's just, it's cultural. A lot of it is cultural. There's cultures who put the whole, like, I know the Indian culture puts the black stuff under a baby's eye to
it's funny when you're saying
ward off the evil eye.
But at the same time, so when I was reading like traditions for people or whatever, when it comes to Hindu tradition, there's so many different things that they do, depending on which background they are.
Yeah,
you're from the southern.
I still, my understanding is that anywhere you're from in India, they put the black stuff under the baby's eye to help ward off evil eye.
So look, in northern India, the celebration is known as, I'm not even going to try to say this because I'm murder Doha Lijawan.
If you're going to murder it, just
and Odisha, it is called, many places party and name, sorry, it's weird names, I'm sorry. The 7th month of the pregnancy, after this, the woman resides in her father's house instead of her husband's until the birth.
Okay, so she goes back home.
Yeah.
To be taken care of by her mom.
Yeah. Or her dad. She has to go to her dad's house. So what if the pregnancy
Okay, but listen. It's her dad's house where her mom lives because the property belongs to the father.
So what if they're divorced? Do they get divorced over there?
I imagine.
Yeah, so
nowadays especially. But she's not going to go back to her dad's house if the mom is not there.
I don't know that.
She's going to go with her mom.
I don't know. It says here it has to be the dad's house. It doesn't matter. It says here.
She goes to wherever the mom is.
No, it doesn't say that.
The
it
dad's
says to
not
her father's
help
house.
with the birth.
Hey, maybe he's got a new wife. No, it's too. I bet you I know why they do that. So they don't have sex the last 3 months.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Either way, but either way, she's going back home
Yeah.
to wherever her mother is, because that's
It
also
doesn't matter.
the person
No,
that's
she's
going to
leaving the
help
mother.
with
She's
the
going back to her
birth.
father's house when she's 7
Okay.
until the baby's born.
Okay, Mr. Macho. Go ahead.
It's not Mr. Macho. I'm just reading it, and you're now like trying to
But
put stuff
I'm
in between.
trying to clarify that it's because the mom is there. Part of it is because the mom is there.
So if the mom's dead,
Still, the mom is
then
dead.
she wouldn't go to the dad's house?
Then she'd probably go to her in-laws or some other female, where there's going to be another female family member.
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay, what else?
No, that's it.
That's it.
I don't want to go. No, it's too much crap.
Oh, well, like I said, every culture is different. They all wasn't there like a red ribbon on the wrist or something?
That's for hiccups or to protect them from
The evil eye.
Yeah, the bad.
But that's Mexican, right?
I don't know.
Hispanic. I don't know. My parents didn't do any of this stuff to us. They weren't.
I think this is one of those things that came from the conquistadors and it stayed.
It's superstition.
Yeah, I think that's a Spanish thing.
Okay, I just remember something about a red ribbon on the wrist. I don't remember which culture. But, anyways, yeah, babies.
Yeah, babies. So there we go. I didn't make it to our nephew's baby shower because I was working on the house and me and the boys had stuff to do and we had a deadline. So I feel bad for missing it.
And you also feel like boys shouldn't be there.
Yeah, but I feel a little bit bad because I'm excited about my little nephew. I am. I want to be there. And then it was at a barbecue place, like
at a restaurant.
Give me some ribs. Most definitely, I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of. It worked out that I didn't go because you were able to pick up your aunt and.
Yeah, I had to pick up my mom's cousin.
Mom. You had your mom.
My mom went with us and took the girls. And the venue wasn't the best venue. It was kind of awkward. Like an awkward location, just because the seating, like the food's delicious there. I love the food there, but the seating sucked. It really did. And it was so hot outside. I get not doing it outdoors. I don't even think they had an outdoor area, but yeah, the indoor seating was not comfortable for the guests. So, anyways.
Okay, so I looked up what does the red string for bracelet mean for a baby. Mm-hmm. And it says for newborns who wear the red bracelet, baby will be calm and healthy while they sleep. The red represents the power of the guardian who protects the babies from the evil and negative energy. See? So it is a negative energy thing.
Evil eye.
Yeah, the evil eye. Some people do it on the ankles too. Mm-hmm. So that's interesting.
I think it's an Indian thing too. I think I've seen like the black under the eyes.
Some people do it on the crib also.
Red?
Mm-hmm.
Well, gotta ward off all those jealous people out there when you have a baby. It's true. There's some crazy people
in Central America, they do red beads.
Red beads? Okay.
Like a red bead bracelet for the newborns. So it is a protection.
I think your nephews, or our nephews, I remember your brother's kids.
I did too.
You did too,
pictures
right?
of me
with the red bracelet, right?
Man.
Yeah.
I think
the boys. I remember your brother's boys also had the red bracelets. Yep. I knew I saw it. I was like, I do remember this from somewhere. So, anyways, but that's of course after they're born, and I don't know anybody who's done a baby shower after the baby's born.
Really?
Absolutely no one. Do you know anybody who's done a baby shower after the baby was born?
I want to say my sister did.
Yeah, one of your sisters.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The last grandson, I think, the last boy.
Okay.
I want to say yeah. I think my sister did. If it's a red string, it's actually exactly the same thing. It's actually from Jewish folk, and it's a custom intended to ward off the evil eye, or to protect.
That's what I said.
Yeah, that's for the little string. So
okay.
Yeah. So look at that. Interesting. All right. Well, you got anything else?
I don't think so. I'm sure I did have stuff I wanted to talk about, but
I had a lot of things that I
I
wanted
don't
to talk
remember
about.
at this point. I know you mentioned something about the whole baby shower stuff. I want to touch, how busy we've been and just how crazy life. I'm really looking forward, not to this coming week because it's still just as crazy. I've got appointments up the yin yang this week. Kids are going to have to miss school for different things, and I'm going to have to miss work for different things this week. And the week after that, I'm really hoping to settle into a more normal, calm routine. So that's about where I'm at. Oh, and then an update on how I'm feeling
Oh,
and
yeah,
my
yeah, yeah.
sickness. I said I was going to update. Basically, I'm a gazillion times better. No more tingling in the face, no more tingling in my body. I do still get stiff, like all my joints in general. Not that. Stop laughing every time I say stiff. Oh my goodness. What other word can I use? Atrophying? I don't know. The difficult in my arthritic hand. This guy's over here cracking up. Anyways, my left arm and my hand
I'm not safe anymore.
no, they still are tight. Like it's still tight,
right.
and I have to just like stretch it out all the time. I'm not 100% when I sleep on my left side, like where I feel like my arm still falls asleep. I really think I just need to go to the chiropractor at this point to help adjust and move that
flow
flow, for the nervous system that's there. I have something pinched, I'm sure. But other than that, like the tingling in my face, that was really freaking me out is good. But I did go back to the acupuncturist to deal with like the concentration of pain that I had developed in my armpit. And sure enough, it was so weird. It felt like it moved. It was so weird. Like after I got the needles around my armpit to help move that pain that was there, it literally felt like it moved into my chest and then disappeared.
Okay, so
Weird stuff.
It just goes to prove that, the medical field, with all their science and advancements, couldn't pinpoint it and figure it out. A little bit of acupuncture and chiropractic work.
And body code.
Body code helped out. So hippies won.
Yeah.
Science 0.
Yes, unfortunately. Well, it's not hippies. I mean, it's all
spiritual.
It's all based on some type of scientific thing that the medical community refuses to acknowledge. I really wish doctors had holistic training, because there's so many doctors. Oh, we're all about whole health and helping you be your best. No.
Well, I'm glad you're feeling better.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm better.
It's been awesome.
So
I'm glad we're not all stressing anymore, and that includes the kids. We're happy to see you going back to normal and sleeping and not stressing as much, because you were really stressed, and we were all trying to keep it together and trying to take you had your moments when you had your outburst because you were frustrated, and there were moments when you were kind of sensitive, and we don't blame you. We understand, it's a scary thing that you were going through, and we were all trying to, our boys and myself, we were kind of worried. And
I really do love how much better they listen. Maybe I need to just stay sick, quote unquote, so that they listen all the time.
Mm-hmm. My mama said that the devil, what people say. That's what you're gonna turn into.
I'm gonna turn into her.
My head.
Man, if it keeps them in line, I don't know. I'm thinking about it, because it's been really nice how helpful and cooperative the boys have been. The girls, not so much, but the boys have been awesome. So, anyways,
babies, leave my babies alone.
They're daughters, they're girls. You don't understand. You'll never understand. Maybe you and your dad. That's me. It's gonna be me and the girls.
I believe it. Me and the boys are going to be me and my dad, too.
Probably. We'll see.
Not the second one, though.
Well.
I love my little buddy. He's so sweet. He texts me every day. Every day when I'm at work.
He tells me.
When he leaves out.
Look what I sent Dad.
He leaves to school. He sends me a text wishing me the best. I'm at work. He's checking in on me. Goes to bed. Says good night. I'm like, man, I love this love.
What if we'll see if it stops after he goes through teenage
I
phase.
probably will, but I'm enjoying it right now.
Yeah. I enjoy it.
But I don't know. He does have the biggest heart in the world, so
we'll see. I just wish he stopped freaking out as much as he does.
Mm-hmm. Well, so yeah, baby showers. Let us know, and then once again, thank you, sweetie. I'm glad that you're doing way better. So
thank you for
keep
being
getting
there.
better. Keep getting better.
I'm just gonna have to stick to the holistic stuff.
Yeah, most definitely, and we'll follow up some more on that. And thank you for joining us. I think we're gonna call it.
We've been rambling.
Excuse
for a
us
while.
once again for not being consistent. We'll try to go back to it. Like you hear, my wife has a busy schedule, and on top of it, she's been the producer for the show. So it also takes some time for her of her busy schedule to try to produce this and put it out for you guys. But as always, you can follow us on Until They Sleep on Instagram, and also
we're on Facebook also.
On Facebook,
so we're on Until They Sleep on Facebook. Also, I finally created an account a while back, and I just haven't talked about it. And we also have our email address, untiltheysleep@gmail.com. Please give us some feedback. Let us know. I also
give us ideas for subjects
on Spotify. So on Spotify, they give you the option to answer quizzes, like a Q&A.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes if you guys are on Spotify, listening to us on Spotify, you'll see that there might be a question there about, how can we better this? Was the subject interesting? And you can just go in and say yes, no. You don't have to write anything. You just have to
give us your feedback, grade us, rank us, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And helps us, maybe we'll change our format, maybe we'll change our subject.
Mm-hmm.
Opinions are welcome for those of you that are faithful listeners and actually sometimes do come up and give me some feedback.
I don't have anybody who gives me feedback.
Thank you.
So I appreciate your listeners and your people that
our listeners. Yeah.
Well, but
they're closer to me.
They're closer to you, like maybe people you see on a more regular basis or talk to on a more regular basis. I appreciate that.
No, we appreciate all the love and support. Most definitely, like I said, please send an email, send us feedbacks. We post stuff on Instagram. Sometimes we have questionnaires, we have polls. So thanks for taking the time, following. We love it. Love you guys. Thank you for the love, support, and if you got negative stuff, hey, we welcome it too.
It helps us grow.
Yep. And real quick. So at the very first episodes or whatever, we talked about my Instagram getting hacked, and after a year, I finally got that one back. So
I'm still waiting for mine to get back.
But yeah, well, guys, yay!
All right, we'll have a great week, and you'll be hearing from us soon.
All right.
Bye.
Have a good one. Be safe.